Ever pause to really notice how a woman greets you when there's actual, genuine interest simmering beneath the surface? It's never just a simple, flat hello, is it? That moment, however brief it might seem, feels charged with something else entirely, a kind of subtle energy, these little unspoken cues, and a definite intention that hangs in the air between you. It's palpable, you know? But here's where it gets really fascinating: the unexpected twist. What if I told you that the key to unlocking the true meaning behind these moments, to understanding them on a deeper, more profound level than any quick-fix dating advice column ever could, actually lies buried within ancient wisdom? Specifically, within the principles of Stoicism, that philosophy practiced by folks like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca centuries ago? Seriously, stick around for this one, because today we're taking a deep, proper dive into 5 distinct ways a woman greets you when she's genuinely drawn to you, but we're viewing it all through the unique, clarifying lens of Stoic philosophy. And honestly, trust me on this, by the time we reach the end, you're going to find yourself seeing these everyday interactions in a completely different, much clearer light. It's quite something, actually. All right, before we jump into the thick of it, let's just get one thing absolutely crystal clear right off the bat. This isn't your run-of-the-mill, superficial dating tips video, the kind promising magic tricks or instant results. Nope. We're not here to play mind games, manipulate situations, or spend our time obsessively trying to decode secret signals like we're some sort of undercover relationship detective, constantly second-guessing everything. Instead, we're aiming for something far more substantial, something with real roots. We're going to explore how Stoicism, this whole philosophy fundamentally built on pillars like deep self-awareness, rigorous emotional control, and a clear-eyed understanding of universal human nature, can genuinely equip you to navigate these charged greeting moments with a sense of real clarity and unshakable confidence. Because here's the crucial thing, the core of it all. Stoicism isn't merely about enduring hardship with a stiff upper lip or staying unnervingly calm amidst utter chaos, though it certainly helps with that too. At its heart, it's about developing the ability to see the world exactly as it is, stripped bare of our own wishful thinking, our projections, and our often messy desires. And when it comes to the intricate, sometimes confusing world of relationships and attraction, well, that particular perspective shift, it's absolutely everything. It changes the whole game. So, honestly, whether you're currently single and navigating the scene, comfortably settled in a relationship but curious about human dynamics, or just someone endlessly fascinated by why people behave the way they do, this exploration is definitely for you. Let's break it down properly, step by step. Okay, let's be real with each other for a solid second. Trying to figure out if someone is genuinely interested, if they like you, can sometimes feel like you're attempting to solve a ridiculously complex puzzle where half the pieces are mysteriously missing. You know the feeling, right? You find yourself endlessly overanalyzing every single word they uttered, replaying every little gesture they made, scrutinizing every smile for hidden meaning. Was she just being polite, friendly, in that generic way we are to everyone? Or was there actually a spark, a flicker of something more specific, something directed just at you? And look, if you're someone who naturally wrestles with self-doubt or has a tendency towards serious overthinking, which, let's face it, is most of us at some point, then this whole process becomes exponentially harder, way more draining. You might catch yourself lying awake at night, mentally replaying that brief conversation for the 100th time, torturing yourself with questions. Did I miss a crucial sign? Did I completely misinterpret the tone of her voice? Was that look meaningful, or was I just seeing what I wanted to see? Sound painfully familiar? Yeah, thought so. It's exhausting, this constant mental churn. This is precisely where Stoicism strides in, not as a magic wand, but as a powerful toolkit for your mind. Instead of letting yourself get utterly swept away and tangled up in the paralyzing what-ifs and the endless maybe this, maybe that, Stoicism offers a radically different approach. It teaches us, quite firmly, to redirect our focus solely onto what is actually tangibly within our sphere of control. What's that? Well, fundamentally, it's our own thoughts, our own deliberate actions, and crucially, our own perceptions and interpretations of events. We can't control her feelings, her thoughts, or her hidden intentions. That's her domain. But our internal world, that's ours to manage. So today, building on that foundation, we're going to carefully unpack 5 specific ways a woman might greet you when that genuine interest is present. And more importantly, how you can consciously apply core Stoic principles to meet these moments, not with frantic anxiety, but with genuine confidence and clear-headed clarity. First up, let's talk about the eyes. They say the eyes are the window to the soul, and honestly, there's a profound truth buried in that old cliché. When a woman holds your gaze just that little bit longer than feels strictly necessary for a casual hello, when there's a deliberate, lingering quality to her look, well, that's almost never an accident or just a random occurrence. It feels intentional. It's acting as a subtle signal, a quiet but powerful way of communicating, I see you, really see you, and perhaps more significantly, I want you to seem. It's an invitation to connect on a level beyond words, but here's where we bring in the Stoic perspective to ground us. Instead of immediately spiraling into over-analysis, why did she look that long? What does it mean? Is she interested or just spaced out? The Stoic approach redirects us powerfully. Focus relentlessly on what is within your control right in that moment. And what is that? It's your own presence, your own state of being. The Stoics placed immense value on being fully, completely present in the current moment, not drifting off into anxieties about the future or regrets about the past, and certainly not getting lost in frantic internal commentary. So, if she's looking at you, really looking, the Stoic response is simple, though not always easy. Look back, be right there, fully engaged. Meet that gaze with calm attentiveness. And remember this core tenet: you absolutely cannot control her feelings or her reasons for looking. That's her internal reality. Moving on, number 2, the warm, genuinely heartfelt smile. Okay, a smile can obviously mean 1,000 different things depending on the context, right? We smile out of politeness, out of nervousness, sometimes even out of discomfort. But when it's a warm, authentic, unreserved smile directed specifically at you, one that genuinely seems to light up her entire face, reaching her eyes and crinkling the corners, well, that's incredibly hard to ignore or casually dismiss. This isn't the fleeting, polite half-smile you might toss to a stranger passing on the street. This feels different, more personal, more connected. But here's the Stoic twist to prevent you from getting derailed. Instead of immediately obsessing over the hidden meaning behind her smile, does this mean she likes me? Is she just being friendly? How much should I read into this? The Stoic practice guides us inward. Focus your attention on observing how the smile actually makes you feel in that immediate moment. Does it evoke a sense of warmth, a flicker of happiness, a feeling of being appreciated? Stoicism teaches us the vital skill of noticing our emotional responses, acknowledging them, understanding their source, but crucially, without letting those emotions hijack our reasoning or dictate our subsequent actions. So, if her smile makes you feel genuinely good, simply acknowledge that pleasant sensation. Enjoy it for what it is in that moment. But then, consciously avoid letting that external validation become the shaky foundation for your self-worth or the sole compass for your next move. Stay firmly grounded in your own inherent values, your own stable sense of self, and your own genuine intentions. Don't let a beautiful smile, however lovely, sweep you off your internal center. Third on our list, the playful tease. Ever been greeted not with a standard hi, but with a lighthearted jab, a witty remark, or a little bit of gentle, affectionate mocking? Something like, well, look who finally decided to show up, or took you long enough, delivered with a sparkle in her eye. This is often her way of instantly breaking down formal barriers, cutting through the awkwardness, and establishing a more relaxed, familiar, and potentially intimate connection. It creates a shared moment, a little private joke between the two of you. But here's the thing about playfulness. It can be a bit ambiguous, a little tricky to interpret correctly if you're not tuned in. If you're not careful, you might easily misinterpret the intent. Take the tease way too personally or seriously, or worse, respond in a way that kills the vibe entirely, either by being overly defensive or by clumsily escalating beyond her comfort zone. This ambiguity is exactly where Stoicism's strong emphasis on rationality and measured response becomes your essential anchor. Instead of just reacting impulsively, maybe feeling stung and snapping back, or getting overly flustered, the Stoic method urges you to consciously take a small mental step back. Create a tiny bit of space between the stimulus, her tease, and your reaction. Use that space rationally. Assess the situation calmly. Is she being playful specifically because she feels comfortable and connected with you? Or is this simply part of her general, outgoing personality, the way she interacts with lots of people? Stoicism is deeply concerned with cultivating the ability to respond thoughtfully rather than merely react emotionally. So, if she playfully teases you, by all means, play along. Tease her back gently. Keep the energy light, fun, and crucially, respectful. Match her level, but always err on the side of kindness. The goal is mutual enjoyment, not scoring points or testing boundaries. Number 4 brings us to the realm of touch, the subtle, often fleeting physical contact. We're talking about a light, perhaps almost accidental brush of her hand against yours as she passes you something, a brief touch on your forearm to emphasize a point, or share a laugh, or maybe her shoulder lightly bumping yours as you walk side by side. These incredibly small gestures can, in the right context, feel like they speak volumes, carrying a weight of meaning far beyond their physical brevity. They can send little jolts of connection. But here's the critical Stoic reminder. Before your imagination runs wild and starts drafting wedding invitations based on an arm touch, Stoicism constantly teaches us to focus our attention on what is demonstrably real and observable in the present moment, not on the elaborate stories and fantasies our minds are so adept at constructing. A touch, however pleasant or surprising, is fundamentally just a touch. It is a physical event. It does not, in and of itself, prove romantic interest. It could be a sign, absolutely, but it could also be 100 other things: habitual gesture, emphasis, simple proximity, or pure accident. The Stoic practice here is vigilance against the internal narrative machine. Instead of immediately building intricate fantasies and projecting grand meanings onto that brief contact, consciously pull yourself back. Stay grounded firmly in the reality of the present moment. Observe her actions with interest, yes, but practice detachment regarding their ultimate meaning. Crucially, do not allow those actions, however thrilling they might feel, to destabilize your inner emotional equilibrium. This is fundamentally about maintaining your core sense of inner peace and self-possession, regardless of the external signals, positive, negative, or ambiguous, that come your way. Your calm center is yours to keep. Finally, number 5, the eager engagement. This one is about the overall quality of her presence during the greeting and the immediate interaction that follows. Does she actively engage with you? Does she ask thoughtful questions, demonstrating a real curiosity about you, your life, your thoughts? Does she listen intently, not just waiting for her turn to speak, but truly absorbing what you're saying? Does she seem genuinely interested in your perspective, your stories, your experiences? Does the conversation flow easily because she's actively participating and building on what you say? This level of focused, enthusiastic engagement is often one of the clearest, most reliable indicators of genuine interest. It shows she values your presence and what you bring to the interaction. But here's the powerful Stoic reframe that shifts the focus back to where your power truly lies. Instead of becoming fixated solely on her level of interest in you, letting that become the sole metric of the interaction's success or your own worth, the Stoic perspective turns the spotlight inward. Focus on your own authenticity. Ask yourself, am I being true to myself in this exchange? Am I expressing my genuine thoughts and feelings? Or am I performing, shaping myself to fit what I think she wants. Stoicism, at its core, is about living in deep alignment with your own principles and values. It's about integrity to the self. Seeking validation primarily from external sources, like her level of engagement, is fundamentally unstable and outside your control. So, if she's deeply engaged, wonderful. Enjoy that connection. But don't make the mistake of letting her interest, however flattering, become the defining factor of your self-worth or the sole purpose of the interaction. Your value is inherent, not contingent on her reaction. So, here's the real bottom line, the essential takeaway after walking through these 5 greetings. Understanding how a woman might greet you when she feels a genuine spark isn't ultimately about becoming an expert decoder of secret feminine signals or learning to play some intricate dating game with hidden rules. That path leads to anxiety and misinterpretation. Instead, it's about cultivating the ability to see the interaction for precisely what it is, in its beautiful, simple complexity. A moment shared between 2 distinct human beings, each bringing their own history, feelings, and intentions to the encounter. Nothing more, nothing less. And by consciously applying timeless Stoic principles, focusing on controlling your own perceptions and responses, staying rooted in the present moment, observing without immediate judgment, responding rationally rather than reacting emotionally, and anchoring yourself firmly in your own authentic values, you equip yourself to approach these potentially charged moments with a profound sense of clarity, a quiet confidence that comes from self-mastery, and a deep, sustaining inner peace. Because, let's be honest, Stoicism isn't just some dusty, abstract philosophy confined to ancient texts. It's a practical, incredibly relevant way of navigating life itself, especially the messy, wonderful world of human connection. It provides the mental framework to engage without desperation, to appreciate without clinging, and to remain centered regardless of the external dance. So, let's just quickly recap the ground we've covered, shall we? We've delved into the significance of that prolonged eye contact that feels like a silent conversation, the warmth of a genuinely heartfelt smile that seems to light up the space, the playful energy of a teasing remark designed to create intimacy, the subtle electricity of a fleeting touch that lingers in perception, and the unmistakable signal of eager, focused engagement that shows she's truly present with you. Each of these, observed in context and without frantic overanalysis, can indeed be a potential indicator of her interest. But there, gold, the transformative insight here isn't just about recognizing these signs in her. It's about mastering your own inner world in response. By consciously choosing to stay fully present in the moment, by remaining emotionally grounded and not tossed about by every signal, and most importantly, by being unwaveringly true to your authentic self and values, you learn to navigate these delicate, exciting moments with a confidence that radiates from a place of deep inner stability. And that, right there, that inner fortress of calm self-assurance cultivated through understanding and practice, is the true, enduring power of Stoicism in action. It turns potential anxiety into grounded presence. If you found this perspective shift helpful, this way of reframing interactions through ancient wisdom for modern dilemmas, hitting that subscribe button means you won't miss the next exploration. And if you're feeling ready to take these Stoic tools even deeper, to build that inner resilience further, definitely check out the next video, where we tackle how to actually stay calm and centered under real pressure using these very same principles. Thanks so much for watching and engaging with these ideas today.